And now I will focus a little bit into the case of communication regarding the vaccination. As you may know, the anti-vaccination movement has been alive since the creation of vaccination. This is a picture from an anti-vaccination cartoon from the year 1802, that they were somehow saying that by getting the vaccine, you are getting part of animal inside your body, and that's what you see in that picture. Nowadays, vaccination is a new global health concern. As you can see in here, in the World Health Organization, UNICEF, and the World Bank, they have said that internet-based information are promoting sustaining rumors about vaccines that are spreading worldwide, and they are facilitating new outbreaks and also ultimately leading to deaths. This website that you can see in the National Vaccine Information Center is actually one of the major anti-vaccination websites in the US. As you can see, the quality of the website is very high. They are using very good graphical design, and they are very well connected to Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and other type of social media channels. They have thousands of likes in Facebook. They are very active in Twitter and also in YouTube, and they are saying things like vaccination, they have petroleum, also vaccination may cause infertility, and many other lies about vaccination, just to discourage mothers and parents and fathers to vaccinate their children. If you go to YouTube and you search for vaccination, you will find many videos against it. Things like vaccination can be lethal, vaccination have mercury, and still people believing that vaccination may cause autism. Why this is very important? There are studies that shows that when you ask parents in the US, who do you trust the most about vaccination, to whom they will go to get more information, 70% they say that they will check the internet, and only 30% that they will ask their physicians. This is very interesting because that means that most parents will go to the internet before they go to the physician. Although when you ask them which one do they trust the most, they always say the physician. But it's that the internet is so easy to access that they will go to the internet first. And there are many cases reported in the literature about misinformation in social media, not only just in English, but also in other languages. In this other slide, I present a study, the use of Twitter to spread information about vaccination. And what they studied was how the opinions about the influenza of vaccination in Twitter correlated to the vaccination rates in the different states in the US. So they found that those states where they have more negative tweets about the influenza vaccination, they were actually the same state with lower vaccination rates. So we can see a correlation between the sentiment in social media in a geographical area and the vaccination rates in that particular area. There are also projects tracking into the vaccine hesitancy from a global point of view. As you can see in this study, they are tracking online media, mainly newspapers, globally using the platform Health Map, that they are publishing news about vaccination, and the darker colors, they represent the more anti-vaccination news, and the lighter, the more pro-vaccination. And you can see actually that anti-vaccination is actually common everywhere. So it's not just something happening in the West, but opinions against vaccination is a problem worldwide. Also, in this slide from the health map, they gave a keynote in the Sigrid Bronstein. They reported that the vaccination rumors, they change between countries, and also they change a lot between vaccines. So there are a set of rumors for the polio vaccine in India, Pakistan, and Nigeria, but then there are no such rumors in Europe about the polio. It's something different. For instance, there is a lot of rumor about polio being used to control Muslim population and stuff like that. But in the UK, the main concern is the measles vaccine, and it's linked to autism that have been proven to be just false. And another thing that you need to consider is how people get this information. Elajontov did a study where I participated, looking into how people search about the measles vaccination in the US and actually which page do they find. We studied over 250,000 queries, and one of the things we found is that those people that they already have some negative opinion about vaccination, they tend to use queries that let them find anti-vaccination website. So somehow to say that the information is in the eye of the beholder. For example, if I believe that vaccinations may have mercury, when I will search for that, most likely I will end up in an anti-vaccination website, because those are the ones reporting about mercury in vaccination, not the health authorities. Also, if I have some opinion against vaccination and I go to a website, the end result may be that I am more inclined against vaccination, while some other parents that they believe that vaccinations are good, you expose them to the same web page, and then they get positive reinforcements that vaccination is good. So it's very individualized, the way people react to online health information, and also how people search for that information. So for health authorities, it's very important, because that means that one website doesn't fit the particular needs of each user. So we cannot do one website for everybody. We may have to do one website for those that are against vaccination, one website for those that they are just neutral about vaccination, another website for those that they already know that vaccination is important for their kids. In this study, just to summarize, the previous attitude towards vaccination will influence the result of the search, and trusted websites often use different vocabulary than those who are concerned about vaccination. So there is a mismatch between what people search and what trusted health websites offer.